everybody, how are you doing? This is Glenda and later Joe with Fralins and Friends, your wonderful friends. And we have some new subscribers, and I am so happy for you and for us that you have subscribed, and we have some new requests. One is for a house, I guess a house of any kind, and one is for a bridge, I guess a bridge of any kind. So I will be getting those. If before I start them, you tell me if you want a covered bridge, an old style bridge, or whatever, let me know. If you want a big house, or if you want like a cottage style, what kind of house you want. Or if you don't choose, I'll choose, and I'll just have fun with it. There's a lot of times, and I want to explain this. There are a lot of times when I put a lot of time into these paintings, but I'm trying to get them done for the videos, because I mean that's kind of the goal, and as far as the videos are concerned. But sometimes there's some little touches that I don't feel I've finished. So I sometimes have to go back and finish those before I even think of putting them on the market. One of those will be this meteorite. I need to put some like black spots and stripes and stuff in there, brown, something to give that some extra flash. So, but that's stuff that, you know, it's just stuff. You know that. Tonight I am going to go ahead with the Palm Sunday celebration of Jesus as King of Kings. Now they're saying King of the Jews, I think. But they're celebrating him as king. At the time, they were thinking of him as an earthly king, that he was going to be an earthly king. Well, King Herod didn't like that. But anyway, I don't know if he was still around by this time, but the Pharisees sure were. You just aren't getting it right away. There, he's facing more forward now instead of looking at us, straight at us. Okay. I think I got it. Yeah, that eye isn't quite right yet. This eye will be. I'll do the eyes later. So their eyes do kind of stick out from their head a little. It's kind of hard to show on this side though. Okay, now, I think that looks better as far as him looking this way, mostly. Now, and I have got him so tight to this edge of the paper, but that's all right. He needs to be I can always take that paper off. I don't have to show the whole horse either. I think I will, though. Can you even see what I'm doing? I hope. Coming down to the knee, and we go like this. Okay. I might not use the colored pencils, I just don't know. Okay, let's see. Knee is back here. And the leg goes this way. I think I remembered a little bit about how to draw a horse. It's better than what I was doing before. This really isn't about the horse. I mean, the picture is not supposed to be about the horse. It's supposed to be about Jesus. And it is. It's just, I want my horse to look good. And I want Jesus to look good too. This is a week before his resurrection. Sometimes I think people make the mistake of thinking Palm Sunday, it's a week before it's 5 days before he's crucified. Just think of that. Wow. Okay, and here he is. He's being celebrated. Not long before this, he had been in someone's house. They think maybe it was Peter, one of his disciples. They think maybe it was Peter. And there was such a line of people wanting to be healed, wanting to see him. Just and there were these men who brought another man who was totally paralyzed, and he was on his mat, and they carried him all the way to get there. Let's see, got to get his beard in. And his mustache. And there was such a long line and so many people in the way, they couldn't even get close with this paralytic man. So what they did was they went through the roof. Now, for some reason, I always had it in my head that there was a trap door up there or something. But maybe not. They may have had to dig through that roof. But they got him in there. They lowered him right down in front of Jesus. And Jesus said to him, "Your sins are forgiven." And the Pharisees, who is he to forgive sins? Only God can forgive sins. And he heard him, of course, and he said, "I've got him too big for the horse again." poor horse. And poor Jesus. I gotta draw it smaller, I'm sorry. But they lowered him in, and when Jesus said, the Pharisees, they didn't like that. They were the religious leaders of the day. And they had been, Jesus had been prophesied from the Old Testament on. There's a lot of references to his coming. And they knew that, but they did not want to believe this was him. They were thinking Jesus would come to be an earthly king and free them from all slavery. And that just wasn't what it was intended, because it was intended that Jesus would come as a heavenly king, and that he is the king of all kings. But beyond that, anyway, for this day, for Palm Sunday, people were celebrating him. As far as that other day, the Pharisees had said, only God can forgive. And he said, well, which is easier to say? Your sins are forgiven? Or get up and pick up your mat and walk? And the Pharisees were, of course, dumbfounded. They didn't have an answer, because they were actually probably too mad to even answer. And so he said to the man, the paralytic, he said, get up, pick up your mat, and walk. And lo and behold, he did. He got up, and he took hold of those. He rolled up that. Okay, we're going to have to go this way. Jesus, you're going to have to sit this way. Because you're wearing robes. Tunic and robe, whatever. That is supposed to be a rope, not a line on Jesus. Anyway, let's just see that part. That's what I've got so far, right there. Oops. So we're going to start bringing him into Jerusalem. In fact, I think I'm going to have one of the disciples. I don't know. I don't know if it's said or not, but I'm going to have one of the disciples leading him. Three, tall, but I don't think I'm going to get anything more done tonight on this, because I just want these to let you know this is a city of Jerusalem. And there's people living in here. And I'm just kind of scribbling those windows in. But this is, but yeah, it's, if I had time tonight to go ahead and color it in, I probably would, but I don't think I have the time. I felt like sketching, and when it comes to this, I think I would have do better at sketching. So, we will be doing a house. Oops. I moved it. So we will be doing a house, and then we'll be doing a bridge. And then I do want that huge canvas I've got one more. And at some point I want to do a big floral with birds and butterflies and just, I don't know. We'll talk to you again. I have Joe's part going to be on here, so enjoy the video, and we'll see you tomorrow. Woo!
Yesterday I was helping a guy, my neighbor. He's got one of those big forklifts. He come over, and used to be a shed right here, and a couple years ago we had a bad windstorm, and it blew it over. So they're going to put in a 2-stall garage in this area right here. And but the guy with the forklift, he come over, he's a friend, and he used to be a supervisor one time when I worked at the factory. And he dug the footings out, and I helped him when we needed to. We wrapped a chain around it and kind of drug them out so he could pick them up with the forks and put them down, unload them in a trailer. But the guy that's the grandfather of this woman that lives here, he brought in a load of rock this morning, and he took a tractor with the front end loader on it, and they got a roller on the back. He filled in all this footings and kind of packed it in there. But it'll be all rock up to almost to the picnic table. Then there'll be a 2-stall garage with tin on it. They're going to put on here sometime in June, I guess. But I thought I'd just tell you about this. We'll catch you later. Bye.